Dream big and explore our world.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
A music and adventurous world.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
A hike in the forest and swim in the sea. Meet silly creatures and learn new things. So sing great songs, travel on a train, but build a skyscraper and pilot a plane. Whatever you imagine, whatever you explore on this magical journey, there will always be more. Make new friends, come on, don't be shy. Let's get a kite and we'll fly, fly, fly. Whatever you imagine, whatever you explore on this magical journey, there will always be more.
Storytime anytime! Hey!
Hi, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Storytime Anytime. Do you like to learn about space? If you do, you might consider becoming an astronaut. Maybe you want to be a pilot astronaut, or maybe you want to do spacewalks and satellite launches and repairs. Becoming an astronaut takes hard work and dedication. Do you want to know what it's like to be a pilot astronaut? From floating in zero-G to reading flight plan information, the job of a pilot astronaut is exciting.
You're an astronaut exploring a new place. You're an astronaut in space. Let's take a trip to learn and to explore a different place. Let's float in zero-G on our mission to outer space. The shuttle is arriving on the back of a jumbo jet. As an astronaut, you are ready with applause. You are met. The flight plans you have studied, you feel ready for this mission. The months of training have prepared you for this exciting expedition. As you climb into your seat, the commander's voice is heard. The crew attentively listens to the commander's every word. The noise is heard for miles. You sit so quietly in your seat. As you hear the famous countdown, you are ready for this feat. 3 engines and 2 rocket boosters lift the shuttle into the sky. The smoke is all around, the sense of pride could make you cry. You're an astronaut, exploring a new place. You're an astronaut in space. You're an astronaut, you've studied long and hard. You're an astronaut in space.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition.
In 2 short minutes, the shuttle is 28 miles from the USA. As the rocket boosters fall to Earth, in the sea they will lay. A ship will spot their parachutes and tow them back to shore. While the fuel tank now is empty after 6 minutes or slightly more. 2 small engines are fired to boost the shuttle just as planned. 11 minutes have passed since the liftoff count began. The shuttle is in space as you sigh and look around. As you orbit around the Earth, the commotion has died down. You read the information from the miniature TV screens. Over 2,000 knobs and dials with some levers in between will help to navigate as you venture weightlessly. You realize this trip was conducted successfully. You're an astronaut exploring a new place. grab some pre-packed food and strap yourself into your bed and enjoy some solitude. Space travel can be tiring as great work still lies ahead. You enjoy the special time alone, snuggled in your bed. The time has come to work, so you put your spacesuit on. Connected by a cord, you explore this great phenomenon. Your partner works the robot arm to help the satellite. With needed parts, it must be fixed and ready by tonight. You move back into the shuttle as the others to retreat. The crew agrees this mission is successfully complete. The shuttle travels back to Earth, you're home without delay, and proud to be a citizen of the great US of A. You're an astronaut, exploring a new place. You're an astronaut in space. You're an astronaut, you have studied long and hard. You're an astronaut in space.
Jeff rides a spaceship. Jeff waved goodbye to his friends and got into the spaceship. He pushed the on button, then he heard from the ground control, "Are you ready for countdown?" "A-OK," shouted Jeff. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Jeff squeezed his eyes shut. Baroom! The spaceship made a huge noise. It shot up towards the sky like a big firecracker. Jeff zoomed into space. Then he heard, "This is ground control. Let one rocket go now." Jeff pushed the rocket button. The rocket flew away from the spaceship. Soon, Jeff was in orbit. He could see Earth. It looked like a giant blue and white marble. Round and round the Earth Jeff went. He saw a shooting star whiz by. Then he heard, "Get ready to rocket to the moon." Jeff pushed the on button again. The spaceship went even faster. Soon Jeff saw the moon up ahead. It really did have holes like Swiss cheese. Then Jeff saw a huge rock. It was heading toward the spaceship. He tried to turn this way and that, but he wasn't fast enough. Bang! The rock hit the side of the spaceship. Jeff's spaceship spun around and around. Quickly, he pushed the land button. Screech! The spaceship slowed down and landed on the moon. Jeff pushed the off button and called ground control. "I'm on the moon," he yelled. "Good," said ground control. "Get ready to take your first moonwalk." Jeff was excited. He walked around the spaceship, leaving footprints on the dusty surface. He saw the flag that the first astronauts had placed on the moon. "It's good to be here," said Jeff, "but there are no houses. No people anywhere. I wouldn't want to live here. There's no one to play with." "I know," said ground control. "Collect some moon rocks, then return to the spaceship." "Good idea," said Jeff. Jeff got back into the spaceship and pushed the rocket button again. Soon he was heading back to Earth. "Get ready to land," called the ground control. Jeff pushed the land button. The spaceship wheels came down. Soon Jeff was on the ground. He opened the door and got out. He took off his spacesuit and said to his friend, "It's your turn now." Then Jeff went to see the rest of the Space Museum and had some space ice cream. Gravity is the force on Earth that keeps things from floating into space. If we drop a dish, it will fall to the ground. If we jump into the air, we will come back down. In space, however, astronauts experience weightlessness. They can turn somersaults in the air and float around the space deck. Did you know that astronauts become 1 or 2 inches taller in space?
My friends and I are having so much fun away up high. We float around the space deck, turning somersaults, oh my. For weightless we have become as the earth is far behind. The feeling is so funny that it's quite hard to describe. I'm feeling light as a feather, bouncy as a ball, really topsy-turvy and really, really tall. For now my face is puffy and my voice a little stuffy, but I like what I am feeling, it is weightlessness. Now eating is a challenge as the food will float away. So every single item is secured to the tray. And going to the bathroom, well, let me just say this: a seatbelt helps you stay in place, for you don't want to miss. I'm feeling light as a feather, bouncy as a ball, really topsy-turvy and really, really tall. For now my face is puffy and my voice a little stuffy, but I like what I am feeling, it is weightlessness. It's really quite important every day to exercise, but doing lots of push-ups I would really not advise. For running on a treadmill that's attached to the floor will help you stay in better shape than push-ups galore. I'm feeling light as a feather, bouncy as a ball, really topsy-turvy and really, really tall. For now my face is puffy and my voice a little stuffy, but I like what I am feeling, it is weightlessness.
Let's learn about Skylab, a 118-foot-long laboratory that was launched into space on May 14, 1973. Skylab was designed to see if humans could live in space for a long period of time. It was also a way for us to learn more about the Earth and the Sun. Do you think it's possible for people to live in space someday?
The U.S. launched a lab up in the sky. They named it Skylab, I'm sure you've guessed why. A space station that would us know if we could live in space for very long, and yes, they all agreed. The astronauts wanted to learn more about the sun, the source of heat and light it provides for everyone. So with special telescopes they were able to explore and learn new facts about the sun and a whole lot more. It's called Skylab, a lab up in the sky, a place to learn the answers, a place to verify that we can live in space. It was evident, for Skylab was a successful experiment.
Yes, Skylab did let us know that it is possible to live in space for long periods of time. Skylab was launched on May 14, 1973, without any astronauts aboard. The crew was scheduled to blast off and board the Skylab the next day. But because the shield that protects Skylab from the heat of the sun ripped away, another plan was needed. 11 days later, the Fix-It crew went up and repaired Skylab. It was then used over the next 9 months by 3 separate crews. We learned a lot about the Earth, the Sun, and that it's possible for us to live in space.
Then on February 8th of 74, the last Skylab crew quickly climbed aboard and returned to Earth, for their job was done. A tiresome trip, but the crew, they still had fun. The United States kept Skylab in the sky. After more than 5 years, it fell from way up high. Parts landed in Australia and in the ocean blue, but most would say that Skylab was successful too. It's called Skylab, a lab up in the sky, a place to learn the answers, a place to verify that we can live in space. It was evident, for Skylab was a successful experiment.
Will the earth get too crowded when we need another plan? Is pollution a problem on our precious land? Is outer space the answer? Can we live in colonies and build a home for everyone to live in harmony?
Space colony.
Home up in the sky,
Colony.
a home that would supply
All the needed services and all the needed goods. This future home is possible, a potential likelihood.
Now will we live somewhere in space or live right on the moon? Is gravity a problem if new homes we pursue? Those scientists would need to know just how this would be done. To live in space colonies, I think would be great fun.
Space colony.
A home up in the sky,
Space colony.
a home that would supply
All the needed services and all the needed goods. This future home is possible, a potential likelihood. Space colony.
a home up in the sky,
Space colony.
a home that would supply
All the needed services and all the needed goods. This future home is possible, a potential likelihood. Space colony.
a home up in the sky,
Colony.
a
and fascinating to me, so when I grow up, I want to be an astronaut. I know I'll need to study hard in school, be in good health, and work well with others. I either want to be a pilot astronaut or a mission specialist. If I'm a pilot astronaut, I will first have to become a jet pilot. If I choose to become a mission specialist, I will learn to do spacewalks, satellite launches and repairs, and experiments in space.
Now science is important, so I'll study hard when learning about biology. Experiments in chemistry will help me learn to develop good hypotheses. Then I'll read some more, and I'll share just what I learned. 'Cause when I grow up, I wanna be something very interesting. When I grow up, I want to be something very interesting. The job I'll do will help a lot of people, and I like the work that I do. Each day will be adventurous, and I'll strive to learn a lot. Then I'll share what I know, and my knowledge will grow. It's the perfect job. Yes, I'll share what I know, and my knowledge will grow. It's the perfect job. The perfect job.
This has been brought to you by Twin Sisters Digital Media and Evergreen Podcasts. Be sure to hit subscribe and tell your friends to join us for our next episode, Protons, Neutrons, and Electrons. Parents, for an opportunity to win a $50 gift card, find us on Facebook by searching Twin Sisters Digital Media. Follow our page, then just like and share our latest post. The winners will be announced on Facebook a week later. If your children enjoyed these songs and stories, go to twinsisters.com to find even more ways for them to sing and learn. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter for our free download of the day giveaways and promotions on exciting new digital learning content like these and much more. And visit our friends at evergreenpodcasts.com. Thank you for joining us at Storytime Anytime.